The Tudor dynasty, one of England's most famous and transformative royal houses, ruled from 1485 to 1603. Spanning just over a century, this era was characterized by dramatic political change, religious upheaval, cultural flourishing, and the establishment of England as a formidable power on the European stage. Emerging from a bitter civil war and culminating in a golden age of exploration and artistic achievement, the Tudors' influence left a deep and lasting mark on England. Don't forget to subscribe and help us grow our channel. The rise of the Tudors, Henry VII and the end of the Wars of the Roses. The story of the Tudors began with Henry VII, who claimed the English throne after defeating Richard III at the Battle of Bosworth Field in 1485. This victory ended the Wars of the Roses, a series of bloody conflicts between the rival houses of York and Lancaster. Henry VII, a Lancastrian by lineage, solidified his claim by marrying Elizabeth of York, thus uniting the warring factions and bringing much-needed peace to England. Henry VII was a shrewd and pragmatic ruler who focused on stabilizing and enriching his kingdom. He strengthened the monarchy by curbing the power of the nobility, securing international alliances through strategic marriages, and establishing a robust fiscal policy. By building the foundations of a strong central government and restoring England's finances, Henry VII laid the groundwork for the Tudor dynasty's success. His efforts were crucial in ensuring a peaceful succession for his son, Henry VIII. Religious turmoil and a break with Rome. Henry VIII, who ruled from 1509 to 1547, is perhaps the most well-known Tudor monarch due to his 6 marriages and his dramatic break with the Roman Catholic Church. Initially a devout Catholic and a staunch opponent of Protestantism, Henry VIII sought to annul his marriage to Catherine of Aragon when she failed to produce a male heir. The Pope's refusal to grant this annulment led Henry to break from the Catholic Church and establish the Church of England, marking the beginning of the English Reformation. The Act of Supremacy in 1534 declared Henry the supreme head of the Church of England, giving him unparalleled control over religious doctrine and wealth within his realm. Don't forget to subscribe and help us grow our channel. The dissolution of the monasteries further enriched the crown while causing significant social and economic upheaval. Lands and wealth that once belonged to religious institutions were seized and redistributed, fundamentally altering the social fabric of England. Henry's reign also saw major military campaigns in France and Scotland, a focus on strengthening England's coastal defenses, and an expansion of the Royal Navy. Despite his numerous marriages and the resulting succession issues, Henry VIII transformed England into a strong, unified, and increasingly centralized state. Edward VI and Mary I, the struggle for religious identity. The succession of Henry VIII's son, Edward VI, in 1547 marked a period of intense religious reform. Edward, a committed Protestant, and his regents pursued aggressive changes that firmly established Protestant doctrines within the Church of England. The Book of Common Prayer, authored by Thomas Cranmer, became the cornerstone of Anglican worship, and traditional Catholic practices were abolished. However, Edward's reign was short-lived, as he died at the age of 15 in 1553. Mary I, Edward's half-sister and the daughter of Catherine of Aragon, ascended the throne with the intent of reversing England's Protestant Reformation. A devout Catholic, Mary sought to restore papal authority and reinstate Catholic practices. Her marriage to Philip II of Spain and her harsh persecution of Protestant dissenters earned her the nickname Bloody Mary. The Marian persecutions, which resulted in the execution of hundreds of Protestants, deepened religious divisions in England. Mary's efforts to restore Catholicism ultimately failed. Her death in 1558 left the throne to her half-sister, Elizabeth, and England remained a Protestant nation. Elizabeth I, the Golden Age of the Tudors. The reign of Elizabeth I, from 1558 to 1603, is often considered the pinnacle of the Tudor dynasty and is commonly referred to as the Elizabethan era. Elizabeth's deft handling of religious tensions, political challenges, and foreign threats made her one of England's greatest monarchs. She inherited a deeply divided nation but quickly established the Elizabethan religious settlement, a compromise that preserved Protestantism while accommodating some traditional practices, thus maintaining a measure of peace. Elizabeth's reign was marked by a flourishing of English culture, with the arts, literature, and theatre reaching unprecedented heights. William Shakespeare, Christopher Marlowe, and other literary luminaries thrived during this period, creating works that remain central to English and global culture. Elizabeth herself became a beloved and iconic figure, embodying a spirit of resilience and national pride. Under Elizabeth, England became a major player on the global stage. Exploration and colonization efforts, led by figures like Sir Francis Drake and Sir Walter Raleigh, expanded English influence overseas. The defeat of the Spanish Armada in 1588 demonstrated England's growing naval power and ensured its dominance in the Atlantic, paving the way for future imperial expansion. Economic and social changes during the Tudor era. The Tudors presided over a period of significant economic and social change. The dissolution of the monasteries under Henry VIII redistributed wealth and land, but it also led to widespread poverty and unemployment as traditional forms of charity disappeared. The enclosure movement, which involved converting common land into private property, disrupted rural life and drove many peasants to seek work in towns and cities. Agricultural and commercial growth fueled the rise of a new merchant class and laid the foundations for England's transition to a market-based economy. Trade expanded rapidly, with London emerging as a major European center for commerce. The Tudor period also saw significant advancements in exploration and trade routes, including ventures to the New World and beyond. The legacy of the Tudor Dynasty. The Tudor Dynasty's impact on England cannot be overstated. By centralizing power, the Tudors transformed the monarchy into a strong institution capable of leading and uniting the nation. The religious changes initiated during this period permanently altered England's identity, making it a predominantly Protestant country with a distinct national church. Don't forget to subscribe and help us grow our channel. The establishment of the Royal Navy and the expansion of England's overseas influence laid the groundwork for the later British Empire. Culturally, the Tudors left an indelible mark. The Elizabethan era, in particular, represents a high point in English literature, theatre, and art, with enduring works that continue to inspire generations. The political stability achieved by the Tudors allowed for economic growth, social mobility, and cultural innovation, setting the stage for the later successes of the Stuart period and beyond. Don't forget to subscribe and help us grow our channel. Also, click on additional video and that will help with YouTube algorithm. We would like to say that we appreciate your support and really thanks for your subscription.